What's up, y'all? Today's video is all about adulting. Before we continue, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Adam & Eve. Adam & Eve is one of my favorite brands to work with because they are very on brand for me. You can get 50% off an item as well as free shipping in the US and Canada with my code. I will link it down below, so definitely check them out. They're very inclusive. They have so many different brands, different types of toys, lingerie, and just really something for everyone. So definitely make sure you check them out, and let's continue on with the video. So in this video, I kind of want to cover everything from money to socializing to your home. If I didn't cover anything, definitely let me know and I could do a part 2. Let's start out with the boring stuff. Dude, as soon as you can, especially if you're in high school, get a credit card, just apply for one at whatever bank you have. There's always like a first level credit card, and all you're gonna do is like buy groceries or buy your coffee or buy your food on this and then pay it off. It's really important to start building credit, and I will tell you firsthand, when I first moved out of my parents' house, I had the money to do it, but so many apartment complexes would not approve me because I didn't have credit. I was like freshly 18. I don't think I even had a credit card at that point, so there was no way for them to necessarily know that I was reliable, even though I had the money. So if you're still in high school, like especially then, get a credit card, just make little purchases, pay it off. I'm not a financial advisor, but I will say from firsthand experience, that's something I wish I did sooner. Another financial tip that I cannot stress enough, and I'm sure you've heard it before, is your savings account. Dude, having a savings account is so important. If you are a spender, if you know saving money is hard for you, just literally budget it in. Put just a little bit of your check into the savings account, because then it grows interest and you just never know when you're gonna need that. Even if you do never end up necessarily needing it, then you can like buy something fun, or then you can invest it, or then that can be your down payment on something. So just don't underestimate that. And if you're someone who has to pay taxes, if you're self-employed, if you want to be an influencer, if you do OnlyFans, if you have a small business, whatever, it's so important to put money aside for taxes, because you do have to pay taxes instead of like getting that tax return. So you can also open up either a sub savings account or like a second savings account, and you can just put all of your money for taxes in there. It doesn't always feel fun to save money. When you get a check, you want to spend it. You want to feel cute, you want to feel bougie, you want to go out to eat. But I do think you can maintain a balance of saving and then like spending your money wisely and then like treating yourself. I would really recommend getting a budgeting app. I personally use Mint, and I really like it. It will track all of your income for you and, you know, categorize it for you and show you like all these different graphs of how you spend your money, how much you made this month, your cash flow, everything. I really like that one. I haven't tried any other ones, but I do like Mint, and that can be such a great tool for budgeting, saving your coin, because especially when you are young, or if you just moved out or you want to move out, you just don't want to blow through all your money on like dumb stuff, because bitch, we want an apartment, we want to buy a house, we want to be able to do stuff, so don't frivolization away. As far as an apartment, I have done videos on how I found, you know, this apartment that I actually really like, and then like how I got my other apartment. It was the only one that would accept me. It was a tragedy. Definitely look up Yelp reviews of whatever building you're interested in. And if you are touring an apartment, definitely ask questions. Have you guys ever had a bug problem? How often do you spray for bugs? Is there a late fee on rent? What is the pet policy? Like just all of those little questions. If you guys want me to do a whole apartment video, let me know. Also, you can negotiate your rent. Something I've learned just with everything is that it never hurts to ask. Sometimes if you've been in a place for a year and you want to renew, they're gonna raise the rent a little bit, but you can always ask them to not. You can just say, I've been a really good tenant, I've never had any issues, I've always paid on time, like whatever, and sometimes they will be like, okay. If you can put your bills on AutoPay, do it. It's so nice to not have to worry about that, but you can always do a little notification in your phone to remind you when bills are due. I just remember being very stressed out about that when I was first, you know, going out into the world on my own, but especially with AutoPay and everything, like blessed to be able to have that option. And notifications, just don't let yourself forget. Pretty easy these days to like set reminders and like alarms for that kind of stuff. Okay, let's get into some more fun stuff. I want to talk about going out. It is a pandemic, so y'all do not put these tips to use until it's safe. But I just remember when I first started going to bars, it's like you kind of have to learn how it works. This isn't like bar 101, but I will say just like basic safety stuff. Always make sure you watch your drinks. Use the buddy system, especially if you are a girl. Just make sure that you're always with a friend, or a friend has your location. Hydrate, bitch. Don't go out on an empty stomach, bitch. Don't mix alcohols. Don't drink sugary drinks. Your hangover is gonna be worse. The best cure for a hangover is Pedialyte, electrolytes. Water, food, sleeping. If someone asks for your number, you can say no, but if you feel unsafe, you can also give them a fake number. Damn, I miss going out. Another tip I have is to never show up anywhere empty-handed. It really makes such a difference when someone invites you to their house or invites you somewhere, either a birthday or some other kind of event in their life. It just always means so much when someone brings something, even if it's just like flowers, some White Claws, or a bottle, or whatever. And that's something that no one's necessarily gonna tell you, like, oh, what should I bring? Oh, don't worry about it, nothing. But it's like, you just have to do. And I could just say, like, people who don't bring anything, it's like, you notice. I don't know, it's just like, it's just weird. However, I will say something I've learned is to not overextend myself. I believe honestly in being a good person and being nice and, you know, being kind, offering my help when I can, but that doesn't mean that you have to just overfunction for someone. And not that we do nice things or show kindness in order to like gain something from it, but if you're always there for someone who is never really there for you, you just kind of have to look at that relationship and ask yourself, is this really worth my time? It's not like a point system, but there should be a mutual vibe of, you know, just mutual respect, mutual kindness, being there for each other. And something I've definitely learned is that it's very easy to lose friends during this time. So many people change so much, especially in their 20s. And whether you lose friends from your childhood or from your teen years or just, you know, friends that you met this year or last year, whatever, you know, we're all changing so much and discovering who we are. But then also, especially with newer friends, I feel like you don't really know someone until you've been through some shit with them. And sometimes it's not until then that you realize you're not actually compatible. Obviously, it's important to reflect on your own behavior and ask yourself, you know, what can I do better next time? But just know that it's very normal. I don't care how lit you are. I don't care if you don't have acne or anything. You're gonna thank yourself when you're older that you washed your face every morning and night, did your sunscreen, did your retinol. That's why I'm low-key grateful to have had acne, because I feel like I've learned so much about skin care, skin maintenance. So do your skincare, even if you have perfect skin, do it anyway. Wear your sunscreen. I think the biggest tip that I can give you, I guess it's kind of two tips. First of all, everyone is faking it all the time. One of the biggest realizations I've had, you know, in becoming an adult is that there's not this magic age where you suddenly know everything. You grow up and you think that adults are just like adults. And I'm gonna feel that way too one day. And there's just not this magical age that you just have it all figured out. And then it just makes me think like, oh my God, my parents were like younger when they had me and they have been like still growing and learning. And then I guess kind of with that, if you're feeling very overwhelmed by, I don't know, maybe you want to move out, maybe you have a goal, some kind of dream, and it feels very overwhelming and just like a lot, just know that you can only take things one step at a time. Let's use the example of moving out. It seems like so much to do and so much to learn and like, oh my God, I've never done this before. In reality, you're just going to contact them. You're going to send in your application. You're going to do this, do that. Like it's not like it's gonna all happen literally all at once. It physically can't. So yeah, everyone's winging it all the time and you can only take life one moment at a time. I still have to remind myself of that because it's still easy to get overwhelmed, and especially during these times, like, bitch, we're not even gonna get into that, but just for life overall, I feel like that's a good way to like look at things. So this is maybe part one. So if you guys have any specific questions, topics you want me to discuss, you know, I've been doing this adult thing for a couple years now, so I can definitely share my insights. I also want to do a girl talk video soon because I kind of miss just doing these like chit-chatty videos. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an upload, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye everyone.